All right, reviews and more. Back with another Lattafa fragrance. This one's brand spanking new. This is from their Qaed Al Fursan line, or Qaed Al Fursan lineup. This is called Qaed Al Fursan Untamed. They have the original. It's the black edition. That's kind of like a Ventus DNA pineapple forward with some woody dry down notes. And this one is brand new, and it is not like that. So I don't think this is really a flanker. I think this is just a new scent entirely within that lineup. It's $30 shipped with the shipping cost direct from Lattafa, although I do expect after a month or two, this will pop down in price. And you might even find this at places like Burlington. That's where I tend to find a lot of my Lattafas. About 6 or so months after they come out, they end up showing up there. Not consistently, so you can't really rely on that if you want to get this as a gift for somebody, but I like the first one a lot. It's my favorite go-to, easy, blind, just grab it off the shelf, don't think about it kind of pulls. I'm interested what this will be, and this is supposedly going to be more of a winter-fall fragrance. Just like, and for whatever reason, Lattafa's releasing these things outside of their typical zone for the Northern Hemisphere, but who knows, maybe that's part of their plan. That way, during the holiday season, these will be ready to go at discounters for next to nothing, and people will buy them like crazy. Maybe that's part of their plan. But who knows, we're gonna smell it real fast right now. All right, while I'm unboxing this, I'll list out the notes. Top notes, and there's quite a few, are cinnamon, mandarin, nutmeg, and cardamom. Then you get middle notes of caramel, lavender, geranium, clary sage. That's a pretty bottle, looks just like the other bottle. Clary sage and cypress, I like cypress. Then you get the base notes of amber, labdanum, labdanum, I'm gonna misspell that or mispronounce that terribly, vetiver, and cedarwood. So this is gonna have kind of a woody dry down with vetiver. So far, everything sounds really nice on this. I'll go ahead and do a quick zoom in so you can see the presentation. The presentation is pretty standard, nothing too crazy about the bottle itself or anything. It just looks just like the Qaed Al Fursan, the original black edition. Nothing super crazy or interesting about it outside of the fact it just looks nice, cool picture. The stickers on there really tight. It might not really be a sticker made of paper. Magnetic cap, yep, still got the magnetic cap, although it's not super strong. I mean, you can hold it by the cap, but let's shake it. Yeah, it pops right off. It's not a really strong magnetic cap, but A for effort there. Again, this thing, when you start seeing these in discounters, like you can find Qaed Al Fursan, the white or the black edition, sometimes at Burlington for under 20 bucks. So this being 30 bucks with shipping, just because it's brand new, I basically paid a $10 premium for it. But nothing too crazy. Box is pretty standard, not like their a lot of their higher end stuff. You pay 40 bucks for something from Lattafa, it's gonna be more like a gift box presentation. This is like a standard like designer brand box. Just, hey, it's a box with a jar inside of it with good smelling juice. So let's go ahead and jump in on this real fast. Before I do that, I'll tell you when this thing was bottled. It was bottled March 2025, so this thing's been less than a month. At most, it's been 45 days if it were bottled on March 1st, which it probably wasn't. So this might need to macerate and mature in the bottle, so this is really a first impressions kind of review. So don't look too deeply into this if you're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna smell so terrible based on his review. It might smell better, but we'll see how it goes. No spray, no spray. There it goes. Nice atomizer's good, puts out lots of juice. Already can smell the cinnamon. Oh, that's actually really nice. Definitely gonna be a winter fragrance for me. I honestly probably wouldn't even wear this in the fall unless it was an unusually cold kind of fall. So definitely on the fall, winter kind of end of things here. Definitely get the cinnamon, nutmegs in there, and the mandarin in the opening. It's all really nice. I'm gonna do it on my skin because when I spray on my skin, I tend to get a quicker dry down than if I spray on the paper. So we'll do a quick 2 sprays just to get things going. And also normally the citrus is much more noticeable on my skin. I assume because of my pH on my skin makes me a little different, and a lot of people have the same issue. Yeah, I can definitely smell a lot more of the citrus on this one. It's on the skin, it's more citrusy, and it's a very rindy citrus. It's not a very sweet citrus. So that mandarin in there, it's like, imagine you're just squeezing the peel of an orange. It's not like a juicy, sweet citrus. It's more like the rind, kind of bitter to it, which in my opinion makes it a little more masculine. It's okay. I'll be honest, I think so far my favorite, this is not as good as the original Qaed Al Fursan, just on the opening. Again, this hasn't had time to macerate, so don't panic if you're worried about that kind of stuff. I don't get the cinnamon as strong on skin as it comes out on the paper. That just may be my nose picking up things differently on myself. I mean, it's there, I can smell it, but it's just not as forward as I thought it was gonna be. All right, we're gonna come back in like 5 minutes and we're gonna see what that dry down kind of starts smelling like. We'll jump back in just a minute or two, or probably 30 minutes or two. All right, so it's the future now, and I can tell you about the dry down a little bit. First of all, I am pleasantly surprised. At first, I was a little worried this thing wouldn't be my cup of tea. It's definitely a fall winter fragrance, probably more winter for me because I live in the American South, so it stays warmer longer. So by the time fall rolls around, that is gone and we have winter and it's cold. This is more of a winter fragrance in my opinion. When I first saw the notes being the base notes of the vetiver and the cedarwood, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a very cedary kind of woody profile, which I kind of already have some of, and honestly, the original of this is kind of a dry down that's very cedar oriented, but it's a very sweet, ambery, resinous kind of smell with vetiver kind of added into it. So that the wood notes are there, but the real like push that's in this fragrance is that caramel note along with all those aromatic herbs. You got the lavender, the sage, you got cypress in there. All that kind of adds up to a very, very aromatic, caramelly, woody kind of background to it. Again, it's a really nice fragrance, even though it hasn't had time to sit in the bottle very long and macerate the way it might need to, or gonna age or mature. It's just a very nice fragrance. My wife likes it, but she did point out, she's like, that's a winter fragrance, honey. I said, yep, you're right, it definitely is. So if you're in the southern hemisphere right now, all about it, grab some because you're in cold weather at the moment. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, like you're gonna get this and it's gonna sit on the shelf, and that might be good for it, but it's gonna take a little while to like actually get real use out of it. But the opening is, I would say I'd give the opening like a 7 out of 10 at most, but the dry down is like 8 or 9 out of 10. This is very, very nice. As far as its push, how much it projects, that's gonna be spray oriented. I don't think you're not gonna fill a room with this unless you're trying to, but it will fill a room because of all those aromatic herbal fragrances in there, especially the lavender and the sage kind of fill things up. But as far as if someone walks up to you or is next to you, they're gonna smell that kind of resinous caramel combination with the amber. All very pleasant. There's nothing in here where you're going, ugh, this is kind of a gross smell, or ooh, that's off-putting. I will say this is probably a more mature scent. A 17-year-old boy is not going to want to wear this. A 25-year-old man going out to a party is not going to want to wear this. This is a semi-professional, semi-office safe, more mature masculine fragrance. So definitely, and I'll reiterate this, office safe. This is a good office wear. So if you don't know, if you want an easy wintertime brainless pull off your shelf for going to the office, this one right here. It's very pleasant. It's got those caramel notes, but I would not call this a gourmand fragrance. This is not like you're gonna smell like a bunch of food. This is very aromatic and herbal combined with that caramel and resinous kind of amber to it. So overall, really nice pickup, 30 bucks. And I guarantee you by wintertime 2025, this thing will probably be at places like Burlington, Joma Shop, and all those places for a good bit less than what Lattafa charges directly. So very, very nice fragrance. I enjoy it a lot. I keep wanting to smell it, so it's got that addictive nature to it. But yeah, the caramel, the amber, all those aromatic herbs in there, very, very nice. Very happy with the purchase.